Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for clicking the video. I'm so glad you decided to come in today for a little repair and restore, maybe destroy and deconstruct. We shall see. We're going to piddle around with some jewelry. First thing I'm working on, which I'm hoping to produce, or rather execute, and that is this wonderful set here. Now this is a vintage costume piece. I believe it's Devers. LMD Manufacturing Corporation. Can't quite understand some of that script, but it is a beautiful little set. It came in this wonderful box. Looks like a clutch bag. It's fantastic. In a cranberry red velvet. So this is a gorgeous piece. I bought it for an absolute song, and I'm hoping to resell it, but it is missing one rhinestone. And it's so faint you can't even see where it's missing, and I'm hoping to find a good enough replacement. I'll let you watch me do it. There it is there. Now I've looked through a whole bunch of different strands. Some of them have been too big. Some of them have been too dull. This is a nice bright one, and this might be a good size. I can't quite tell until I get really close to it. This one might be a good size. I had also found this one, which is a perfect size too, as well. A perfect size as well. And the brilliance was very equal, but I didn't want to deconstruct this. I don't know why this is even here. Probably because it's a choker, and I really don't think I have a market for the choker. But I have been seeing a resurgence in burlesque jewelry, entertainment jewelry. People do cosplays, etc. So I think I'm going to keep this one intact. It's a very nice little satiny, not that velvet, kind of like a satin material. True choker, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that, and I think I'm going to work with this one here. We'll show you how I'm going to open those prongs, hopefully, without breaking them. Sometimes they can be very iffy. Rhinestones, if you know have any tips on them, let me know. Sometimes they're a foil back, and when you try to crack them out of their prong or pull them out, especially if they were glued, which I don't want to use the glued kind, they will lose their foil. And I know there's ways to get them back on, but that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to pop in and out with new things I'm working on. There's a few things also that I have found. I have this giant huge Tupperware bread box. I don't know if you're familiar with this particular model, but it's a bread box from Tupperware. I've had it, I think I have 2 of them, and I don't even keep bread in there anymore. I don't even buy bread anymore. I make my own sourdough bread. I've had boxes and boxes full of rhinestones. I have sold them, etc. So I'm running into things that they were missing a rhinestone, so I put them in that box, and I'm going to try to repair some of this. This is not a very expensive brooch here, but it might be fun anyway to repair. I just don't know if I would ever find that pearl, so might be easier if I just use these for replacements. I also ran into these, and again, they've been sitting here forever. These are Vendome. They are missing one round glass bead right there, and they are so beautiful. Now, I can't just pick any old bead because I don't believe these are, I mean, they might be drilled, but it's facing the right way, so I'll see. And these are absolutely gorgeous. I love them so much. They're graduated. I think this might be an easy find, and again, sometimes though I am faced with the dilemma of having to deconstruct another piece in order to salvage another one. So we shall see, but that is another thing I found. This one is going to be a really difficult one to do because it requires these little turquoise cabochons, and of course they're not real turquoise, but I don't see a whole lot of faux turquoise in costume jewelry, not this Persian variety that's made matrix free. You know, this is all man-made stuff anyway, but That's another one. Don't you love this? I think it's such a pretty piece. I don't think it's very old, honestly. I think it's just made to look like a, you know, maybe an 80s or, and I don't even think it's an 80s. I really think it's newer than that. But we shall see. I do love that piece, so I'm hoping to get that fixed. These are amazing, and these are pierced. They're also missing several rhinestones, I think about 4. And these look more of it's so funny, but the rhinestones really do differ. They're just a little bit more glassy, if I could describe that correctly. Some of them have a real rainbow effect, right? Some of them don't, so that might be a difficult thing. This is interesting here. This is when one of my first love affair with the rhinestone jewelry. It was back in the early 80s, and I just collected so many things. This broke, and I think I used a piece of it already to salvage something else, but it was a bracelet. I remember I had it and wore it often, stacked with tons of other rhinestones. It was just one of my favorite things to do, was to wear rhinestones. Where was another? Oh, this is a fabulous one that I want to turn into a pendant, but I'm wondering, I kind of liked it like this without this top part. To me, it looks more like a pendant without that top part. And I love the colors on this. It's just a contemporary piece as well. But I think that it gives it more of a pendant look like this. Let me know in the comments what you think. I really do appreciate your feedback. I got 2 ideas about that wonderful, huge, elaborate, flamboyant piece that I had in the very first installment of these videos. It was the red one, and that was to use wire through the back, and I hadn't even thought about that. So, you know, I'm a novice here. I really am. I have made jewelry. I've never soldered jewelry or anything like that, but I have made beaded jewelry and strung beads, made Naja style earrings and things like that. I'm very new to this game, so your feedback is priceless. Please continue to give me your feedback. This is so pretty. I'd love to turn that one into a pendant as well. Oh, I'd love to find the other earring. Are those not beautiful? Again, that beautifully rich Persian colored turquoise. So pretty. And by Persian, I mean the matrix free. Now this is faux. This is actually acrylic, but it's a very highly sought after in the jewelry world, especially in the early Victorian times. In the early quest for that turquoise. This amazing. Gosh, there's a rhinestone missing. And it is such a tiny little piece. I mean, I don't know. I don't see myself fixing it. I don't think I'd ever find a rhinestone that small or be able to put it back in there. If anything, I'd put a glob of glitter nail polish or something. But I do love this green stone. It's a little pear shape, and I think maybe one day something's going to need that stone. So that's what we're piddling around with today. These are very cheap. This metal is modern day stuff, right? It's just, oh my goodness, I could just fold it like paper. But some of these stones are very pretty. They can be used. Here's another wonderful piece. This is actually a YSL. I have the matching necklace. I have the other earring as well, but the other earring is broken. And I brought it out so that, see, one of the, I think the star fell out. But we have not been able to figure out a way to put it back in there. It's a gorgeous piece. Really is. Anyway, this is the one that's intact. I'm going to work on that. What else did I find in here? So many single earrings that are amazing. I haven't even looked in this little package. I think I had sold this bag and the customer didn't pay up, so I wound up keeping it. Yeah, I do get requests for rhinestones only. I do have a new selling channel. I hope you subscribe to it. I do leave the links in my description boxes, so if you're interested, check it out. I do auctions over there. I'll do other things besides jewelry. Do handbags, fashion, maybe even little knickknacks and collectibles as well. I'm even thinking of doing a crafting night because I have a lot of craft products, including paper, ephemeral, what else? stamps, rubber stamps, all kinds of things that I used. A ton of stuff that I no longer have the luxury of working on. I wish I did, but I don't. And so if you're interested in looking at that, please check out my new channel. It's called Thelma Thrift, the estate sales, and you will find the link in the description box below. So that was what was in here. If you're enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That really helps YouTube know that you're having fun here. That way they can spread it out to more people, show it in their feed, and it'll really help out the channel tremendously. Thank you so much. Well, I just realized I forgot to show you the whole set. The reason I'm very anxious to save this set is because it came with these amazing, quite dimensional earrings as well, and I just noticed there's also a white stone missing there at the back. That may be impossible. Don't know. I'm not going to give up yet. Either way, if I can save it, I'll still have a bracelet and the necklace, so it's not a full pole. How do you pronounce it? Okay, the H's, the R's in French, very tricky. They have an H sound at the very end, so pole. Anyway, who cares? Now I'm going to try to do this. I care. I really do care. But school me as well. Give me some phonetic spelling out there. I love it. It's so beautiful. It looks like the bracelet is completely intact. And if we can save that earring, we will. And we're definitely going to save the necklace. So that is what's in this is worthy of saving here in this vintage piece. It's in great condition other than the missing stones. We are now going to work on these earrings that I found. I understand dichroic glass to mean color, multicolored, more than one color, not just art glass, correct? Let me know in the comments what you know. But these, I really want to save them as clips, but I want to wear them as hooks. So I ordered some sterling. I ordered some sterling Omega backs. I'm going to put these on here. I think they will be more secure for me. Even as regular shepherd hooks. These little shepherd hooks tend to fall. This style, I tend to lose quite a bit, especially with my hair. Now, you don't have to clip these. You just have to twist them. That comes off fairly easy. Okay, and I'll leave that intact in case I want to use them again. See, they're not open there though. They're not open there, so these are not going to work. I'm going to have to either clip them there. I could possibly clip it there and then make it fall in there. But I don't know if I want to risk it. So that was a no-go. Should have investigated that. These are going to have to be saved for a later date and see about working on them. So yeah, like I said, we're piddling around. Some things will be attainable, some things will not be achieved. That I know. But I want you to take a look at the pile. This is just one little pile of rhinestone, and then I have that red box down there full as well. Don't worry about the dust on the floor. God blesses this house. He does not clean it, but I clean it. But you know, I can only do so much. All right, let's try these little beautiful earrings. They don't have anything to hold them. Much rather use these than silver tone. Let me get the hook in there. Alright, so this doesn't matter how you put it in. It's pretty much the same design, front or back. So it's nice to have these sterling earrings. I mean sterling findings, because many people are allergic. I'm not. I can wear pretty much any old thing. Gold, silver, copper. But many people are. Okay, well these are nice, and they really are nice to have as lever backs. Ready for the market. Aren't those pretty? Oops. They're knocking down the holder. Yeah, those are nice and ready. Good, good. happy about that. We have kind of narrowed it down on the rhinestones that are going to replace this one. I have found several that match the size, but I feel like some of them are more brilliant than even the bracelet itself, the necklace itself. I'm leaning towards this one now. I think it's pretty close. Let me know what you think. I think it's pretty close. More so, well, this one seems a little bit bigger. Can you see that? I think the middle one is a lot closer than this one. I feel like this one might be too bright. I think these two are closer than these two. This is a really nice earring that I almost want to turn this into a pendant. I would take off a couple of hoops. Anyway, and then here's this other one. So I think either one of these, this one right here is very close too. This far left one. And there's that missing one. So we're going to open up the prongs here first to accommodate one of these rhinestones. And I'm going to be extra gentle. I don't want to break it. I'm really very scared of breaking the prongs, and then I'm really going to be in trouble. So I'm going to try very, very carefully to open them up. I may put a tiny dab of glue. Glue can be very destructive, but it looks like they did use a tiny bit of glue. I can see a remnant of it on the inside. It can seep out and then yellow everything, and it just looks horrible. So let's see if I can go in there. And I don't know, I almost want to go in with a smaller instrument, maybe some nail file or something. What do you think? This is actually very relaxing. I think I better hold it too with the other. These are a little wider. I think these will be good to hold it. See, these are wide. I know you experts out there are probably laughing, and that's okay. We all have to start somewhere. So we learn from our mistakes. We learn by doing, you know, sooner or later we all have to drive, even if we hit that mailbox. Okay, I'm holding it with the other pliers and open those up a bit. I don't know if these are thin enough to get in there. This is not going to be easy to do. Okay, I think I got a grip on it. You can see that right there. Yeah, one is up. This is really not easy at all. Oh my goodness. Finally, all of the prongs are up. All right, now let's try to destroy a piece of rhinestone here. Here, I think if I just, because this metal is not very strong. I honestly think I can get them out this way. There we go. And her wringing them out. There we go. Okay, we've got 3 out. I did wind up using a different, I was using this as kind of a little weight. A different rhinestone, because the original rhinestone I had pulled out was way too small. So I managed to take it out of there. I managed to take it out, and then I replaced it with another one. And now I let it sit in there with that tiny bit of glue so that it could actually adhere, and then I'm hoping to come back. I can't find it now. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, is this it right here? 1, 2, yeah, that's it. It does stand out. Maybe it's because the prongs are still open, but I think the color blends pretty well, and I think the size blends really well. So I'm going to close those prongs up Hopefully I can do it. And I think we can consider it a job fairly done. You know? Let's see here. No, it's, yeah, it's the fourth one in right there. So let me close those prongs if I can, and if I can see, because it's very hard to see with the naked eye versus the camera's eye. And I think I should squeeze on the opposite side before I squeeze it out, because that can happen too. Base metal can be a little hard. There, that is the fourth one down from the larger piece, so that would be this one right there. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's this one right here. Looks like it is working. If I press down with this tweezers instead of the little pliers. See, it seems to sit the same as the others. I'm pretty pleased with it. To push that down a little bit. I wonder if I should use the larger tips to squeeze down so I can do like 2 at a time. Try it again on this side. There it is right there. Yep, I did squeeze those down. Let's, at least one side looks really, appears to really be holding it. Let's try this side. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're not bored to death. Everybody said, the majority of people said they wanted to see me and hear my thought process as I did this little piddling around with broken jewelry. So I hope I didn't disappoint. If you're enjoying the video, please be sure and give me a comment. Let me know how I can improve. Let me know what you enjoyed. And of course, give it a thumbs up. That always helps YouTube know you're having fun here. And they want others to have fun, so they will get the word out and drop this video in other people's feed. And that will help me out tremendously. Okay, I heard a little pop. That one's still kind of sticking out right there. Okay, let me take a look on the loop again. It looks like they're getting squeezed in there. Fourth one from the end there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it right there. And the glue is very minimal, so I'm hoping it does hold. But hey, we gave it our college try. Let's see, one prong, not quite down. There we go. Did you see that one go down? Ooh, yeah. We got it to go down without breaking it. That was very nerve-wracking. Indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me take another look at it with my loop. Yeah, it's in. It's in. I think we did a great job. Wow, I'm freaking out. Look at that. It's the fourth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right there. But look at that from a distance. I don't think it looks bad. So we finally located the rhinestone for that wonderful set. I did cut the very end of one of these, and that was the perfect Size, I don't think it detracts from this. This is a would-be earring. I think someone had tried to make it an earring, but regardless, the only thing now that needs to be done is a white stone baguette milk glass that's missing on the earring. But the necklace looks fantastic. I honestly don't think you can see any difference. If I were to sell it, of course, I would disclose that one of the rhinestones was replaced, but isn't that beautiful? I think it came out really nice. You saw me squeeze in those prongs. That was not easy to do. And there's the maker there. That was not an easy task at all. It took 2 or 3 tries to get the right rhinestone. I thought this one might do. Is a little bit too big. This is actually an old Monet, beautiful rhinestone Monet. But I think we got it done. I will hunt for the earring. I found a little white milk glass, but it was a marquee cut, so I don't think that would do. I love it. I think it's such a beautiful, unique piece, and I feel so much better that now I have fixed that rhinestone that was missing. Now it's just on to the other. Now I was going to show you some of the things that happen when I piddle around on the jewelry. I don't know if you noticed my post, but I cleaned out a small little, it was like a little, I think it was doll furniture. A lot of drawers with pendants that need necklaces, pendants that need veils, etc. So in that I found the Lagos 18 karat gold, and this is solid gold on the inside, and sterling silver. I looked it up, I Googled it, and of course this actually has sort of a Byzantine chain. So I have no idea how long this has been in there. I know that it was a nice looking pendant, and I just kind of dismissed it and put it in the pile of pendants. So it is very lucrative sometimes. I'm not going to put it back in there. It can be lucrative and definitely a good investment of your time to look through your old jewelry, look through your findings, because you just never know what you might find. I take a better look at my things, and I'm so glad I did, because I could have gotten rid of this very nice little piece of gold here. There it is. And I thought it was best or something. I mean, I don't even know what I thought. I just didn't even think about it. I just thought it was a broken piece. I'm really surprised I didn't throw it in a crafter lot. But I'm glad I didn't. Let me go put it back in my gold scrap. I gotta go see my gold guy from today. Looking through the rhinestone bread box was this beautiful thing. And I have no idea what this entails, but it looks like the jump ring needs to be fastened here. It could have been some kind of a festooned, I don't know if this is blue topaz or what, but I realized it's an old, I guess you would call this a peanut chain, or maybe they call them kind of paper. Nowadays they're calling them paper clip chains. I'll let you take a good look at that. But it's only got this one little square on the side, so it's definitely not symmetrical, but maybe that's the way it should be. I don't know. And honestly, all it needs, this part, is to be put into a jump ring, or yeah, some kind of, it needs to be, I guess, soldered back together. It would make a beautiful bracelet. That's basically what it would fit, is as a bracelet. Probably a necklace is what I'm assuming. Let me know if you have any idea what this could be. But it is sterling silver, and it's beautiful. And if anything, I may just put it around a sterling chain and wear it with all its asymmetrical beauty. I don't know. What do you think? I'll let you take a better look at that. That gorgeous chain. Or how do you think it was constructed at one time to be a necklace, a bracelet? Was it part of a festooned necklace? It's heavy too. The stones are not light. I'm not sure if it's sterling or if just the jump ring was sterling. So I'll find out and let you know about that. Then I showed you this earlier. This is actually broken. There's a little hook that needs to be put there. But I realized that these little kind of, I used to call them expandables. they actually just kind of hook an eye together. So I'm going to look for a rhinestone that will fit there, and then I can just hook that back in there, and it stays inside once that rhinestone is set, because this is not cracked. It's just that the rhinestone fell out, so that's why the chain came apart. Aren't those beautiful? I think this is going to be our next project. There's another thing I wanted to do really quickly, because I don't think I'm going to be able to find these huge pear cut rhinestones, so I'm going to clip these two off. Reminds me of a J. Crew. I'm not sure. It's a beautiful brass. So let's do that. Let's just clip that off, and sometimes it might be rough there, but I can get a little file on that one and clip there without doing, whoops, that was quick. All right, did leave a discoloration there though. May have to touch that up with my pen, but it's not really obvious because it's at the bottom of the curb chain there. Let me try doing this one not so close to the end. I don't know if that's possible. Whoops, those pop off real quick. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, as long as it's odd numbers, I think the design is not compromised. I like it. I love this brass metal on this over the top blingy rhinestone jewelry. I think the juxtaposition is very cool. It takes it from day to night, and I think that's a win-win on this one. I like that a lot. Again, I'm not sure who makes it. Maybe it's signed in the back. I don't think so, but it reminds me a lot of a J. Crew or a Loft. And then with the brass settings and all, Silpata does that, as well as Heidi Daus. Yeah, we're gonna cut this off, and we're gonna turn this into a bail. I mean, into a pendant. This base metal is sometimes very soft and not hard to break off. There it is. All right, let's put that on a chain and see what we got. I had a fabulous chain here from 1928. This one is missing a piece. Something came off of it. So I'm not gonna, I don't think the red matches the other red, so well, it's not too bad. It might work there too. Oh, did I take the ring off? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, yeah, I think I'm just gonna preserve the chain, because I think it's too hard. If you cut that, you don't have a ring left. So I think I'm just going to get rid of the rhinestones. And even that might be too big. You know? We'll see. This is going to be an ASMR video if I've ever seen one. What kind of unintentional ASMR videos do you watch? I love plant videos. People doing plant tour. Well, it depends. If you have a lot of loud music and things like that, I don't like it, but you know, it depends. Oh, see, this is gonna have to slide in here somehow. I should have put it in there first, but I may be able to put it in through here. And I think I will take out the 1928. That way we don't have any deceptions as well. Okay, it's going to require some tweaking. I don't like the way those two loops are too big. I still like this pendant. I may not put it on this chain because that's not going to work. It's going to have some other kind of maybe a permanent fixed ring there so it's not moving. Either way, it's still a nice pendant. So I'm glad I took it apart. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know your ideas on what we did today and anything else that you may want to suggest. I sure do appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up if you would. This is another thing I ran into. I'm going to need a big, fat, little pear-shaped stone. I tried putting a moon glow. It looked very nice, but it was a little bit too small. So again, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It's always free. Subscribe to my other channel. If you ever see anything in these videos, though, always email me if you really must have something that you saw. We can always do any kind of transaction. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.